Now, a few little tips and tricks here for you for the ground floor curtain wall glazing. Okay, and if you used when we created the grid system uh, on the curtain wall in order to swap out the glass panels for our concrete panels, our precast concrete panels, I recommended that you use the 50 mil diameter profile for the mullions, okay, because that goes in between each of the panels there. Now, I don't want those on the ground floor, so I want to swap these out where they occur for my standard 1 is 50 by 50 mullion. All right, so this is how we do that. Now you got to get in tight here, and you got to pick the individual mullion. So that's the circular mullion. Now you've got to unpin it, because you don't unpin it, you won't get access to the other mullion profiles up here. So unpin it, hit the drop down box here, and there's your 50 by 1 is to 50. Okay. Now we'll come over. We can do that again here. Unpin. I'll swap out that one there. All right. Now I'm going to take a look at the south elevation here. Just see if that. I think that occurs once more over here. It does. Yeah. So again, same thing again. Let's get in. Select. Unpin. And 1 is to 50. Right. Right, I'm going to take a look at the south elevation here now, and you'll notice as well that I use that 50 by 1 is to 50 at the edges, so at the bottom, at the top, and at the edges of all of my 4 curtain walls around the building there, and these actually run the whole way up here. Now, I'm not saying that that is a solution to the where one panel meets the other panel at the corner. But I'm just going to do that for the moment. I'm just going to leave it there now. So, right, I'm going into the south elevation, which is this one here, where the entrance is. Okay, and you will see that. Right, so I've got my sheet of glass across here, and I want to divide this up in one way. Yeah. Okay, that was the one that I changed. I'm going to delete that, to be honest with you, right? And then I'm going to select this grid, and I'm going to see if I can remove that individual. It says to these elements. Yeah. Okay. Now you've got to be very careful with placing grid lines on the ground floor. What you don't want to do is for the grid line to go the whole way up here, because what it'll do is it'll actually ruin your precast unit, because it'll split the pane of glass, if you know what I mean. That is this size here, and if you run a grid all the way up here, you've now got one piece of glass here, one piece of glass there. Your curtain panel won't fit, and you'll be in trouble. Now there is a way around that. But and I'll explain this to you now in a minute. So that is that curtain walling that kind of runs up along the stairs there as well. Now it's not brilliant, to be honest with you, because I think our stairs is we've got landings arriving at junctions and things like that. So I might take a look and do something different there at the moment. This is roughly where our entrance is. Now, I'd like to be able to see exactly where the columns are and the core walls are, which kind of form the hall here. And I'd like to get that entrance pretty much set. But you can see, I can't see in behind it. I could go wireframe here. And now I get kind of an idea now. But there's so many lines here that, again, that is kind of difficult to do. It's difficult to get the grid in properly. So possibly a way around that is to go into your 3D and then take in a front elevation like that. Now, at least we can see where the core wall is here and the core wall is there. All right, so this is roughly where the entrance would be. Now, I'm probably in a position now to place some grids here. All right. So I will go architecture grid, and let's see now. Okay. Now you can see that the dotted line, see the way it's going the whole way up here. So this is the important bit. You want to go and change on the top up here, okay, from all segments to one segment. Right now, there's one segment, and that is I'm happy with that. Okay, and what it's going to do is going to say delete elements here, right? And they're the elements that go beyond up there. So we say yes, we'll delete those elements. And then let's see if we can do that again, roughly. So I've got 4 meters wide. That's kind of, that's okay. I'll do 4 meters wide there. And again, it'll ask me to, you can see the grid continuing up here, but because we chose single grid here, I can say delete elements and it's not splitting anything that's above up there. All right. Now, and again, it's using the 50 mil diameter mullion. Now I'll come back and I'll change that at the moment. Now, so what I got here is a piece of glass that's going roughly from there to there. Let's take a distance on that. All right, and it's roughly 9293, say 9300. And what I'd like to do really is put in 1200 wide panels all the way up here. And if I run them from the top to the bottom, that'd be quite tall. I could break them in the middle here, but I'm just gonna see how this works out here. So again, I'm putting in grid, single segment there, 1700. So that's what I'm talking about, my 1200 there, right? And again, delete elements. And we'll go again, 1200. Delete elements. 1200. That's nice. That's coming in under that kind of joint there. 1200. Delete elements. So take your time with this now and try and get this right. 1200. Again, we'll go here, and now you'll see that it kind of picks up all the references there. Delete elements. We'll do another 1200 here. Now, if you get it wrong, look, I'm going to put it there. I know it's wrong. All right. But I can actually delete elements. I think I can. So select it. Do I get a temporary dimension there? Okay. I don't. So I need to just move that back across. Thought I might get it. Let's see if I can pick the actual mullion itself. That's the panel that has been created. Okay, that's the glass panel. Okay, it's not playing ball with me here. So let's see what distance that is. So from center to center, so I need to move this one. Let's see if we can select that grid. Escape, escape, escape. Okay, and move it. Right, 47 was it? Okay, and we can do something like that there. And there's that one. So I can maybe move this one over a little bit here to just keep that 1200 going. But you get the idea there, all right? That actually is quite large, so I don't mind shifting this one over a little bit. Let's check the distance here. Okay, so that's 967, right? And I wonder if I can select it. Can I use my nudge key? Ooh, look at that. Little beaut. Okay, I'm just using my arrow key to push this over. All right, now we check that distance there. 1107. So 1107. So again, if I select it and hit move, 1107 would be 93, wouldn't it? So we move it 93. Now, okay, now that's looking pretty good, and I will continue on like that. Okay. Now, do we want to break this at any point around there? We're certainly going to have to break it at the door here. So again, I think I'll do a grid here. Let me just take a distance here first of all. Okay, that's 1927. Now, I wouldn't mind bringing this back to 18. Okay, which would be a panel and a half type of thing. So can I select that? And yeah, I can move that. So I'm nudging this across like so. Okay, and let's take a distance on this again here now. So it's 1788. So I want to move this another 12. So let's move it. Was it 17? So let's move it that way, 12. Okay, now we should be close enough to kind of 1800 there. Okay, we are. All right. Now, so I'm going to go into my curtain grid here again, and it's single. All right. And I want to place this at 2.4 roughly. Okay. So place there, delete elements. And again, if I select that, I can now pick 2400. So it's 2.4 off the ground. Grand. Now I've got a 2400 panel there by 1800 panel that I can play with, and I can slot in a double doors or something like that. So let me show you how you can do that. And again, I would just continue that across here. I'd swap out my mullions for, like I was saying, let's get in back up there. Now, so there's my panel for my doors. And if you remember the Shuko, remember Shuko? We used this, I think, in first semester. So this is the Shuko family here. And if I wanted to get a double doors from the Shuko family into the project, say, see these ones here, these double doors here, right? So if I tab in and select the family, look, edit family. So you can go edit family, and then you can load these into the project. All right. And that's pretty handy to be able to do that. Okay, so they're in there now. I'll go back into my 3D here. And anything else that you think you'd need here. So you got single doors, you got opening windows, you got kind of composite panels with windows in them there as well. Anything that is a family, you can use that little technique I showed you there by selecting it, opening the family, and then loading it into the project. All right. So I don't think that's a family as such. What I would like is a solid panel, but I might have to make that in the project. I'll come to that now in a minute or two. Right, so how do I get my doors in here? So I got a tab and find that panel. Tab, tab, tab. There it is, okay? And then because I've transferred, because I've moved the double doors in, here it is here. So you swap that glass out for that panel there, and there's my double doors gone in, like so. All right. And then what you would do is, again, just go in here. Oh yeah, it has. So can I? I'd love to be able to do. Let me just see. Select mullions on the cross the grid line, on the vertical, on the horizontal. No, there they are. There. No, I don't want to do that. But that's interesting that I have some selection options here. Okay, select mullions across the grid line. There you go. Look at that. Now, if I can undo all of those ones, right? And then swap them for my 150s. Now, that was nice. And I'd have to, they're split up here by that grid, so I would do that again. Right, select it, right click it, select mullions, across the grid line, unpin. Yeah, all of these ones. And swap them out for this one here. Always a faster way to do it in Revit. Now, that's how we would kind of build our our ground floor curtain wall glazing. Now, you will probably want to put in some solid panels. So I'm going to just see if we can do that here. So select it, hit the drop down box here. Now, there used to be a solid panel in here. It's an empty one now. So probably what I need to do is create one. So I might just take that empty panel, something like that. So let's escape. Let's go down to the family area here. Curtain panels, right? Curtain panels, empty. So right click, edit. Okay, so here it is here. So we'll do a file, save as on this one. And we will call this curtain panel solid. I know in the original template, it has a solid panel, but it just doesn't seem to be in this template here for some reason. Right, so what we want to do is let's do an elevation exterior. Yeah. Okay, and we're just going to create an extrusion here. So, like so, and it's the material that we want to put on this. So maybe, I don't know, we'll use that aluminium. Or I can do a associate family parameter with this if I don't find exactly the one I'm looking for here. Let's take a look again, because I'm in the family editor. This is it's got a limited amount of there. So I will cancel that, and what I'll do is I'll click on here. I'll do associate family parameter material. So I'll call this solid panel. Okay, and I'll make it a type, because if I change one, I want to change them all. Okay, that's that. Now let's do a little extrusion here, and we'll go okay. Let's go into a, do I have a section through here? I don't. Let's put a section in here. All right. And let's move to a shaded. Okay, so let's pick that now. So let's see, make sure we get the exterior right. So we want this about 40 mil, maybe something. It could be an insulated panel or something like that. So we make it 80 and just see how that works out. Okay, so let's save that. Load it into the project. Okay, let's get our 3D back here now. And tab, select the drop down box. Do we have a solid? It's called the empty. Right now, there's the solid one. And again, if I tab here, shouldn't really be called an empty panel, but select it. In the type properties now, I should have a material. Let's go in here, and I'll just, for the moment, I'll just pick this aluminium anthracite gray. Okay, now there you go. There's your solid panel there. Now, so it's up to you how you want to organize the design of this. You know now how to put in doors. So if you need extra doors at the side or at the back or anything else like that, if you need solid panels, that's how you do it there as well. Okay.